Last year, ministers announced a post-Brexit scheme that would pay farmers up to £800 million a year. It's a third of the entire farming budget to transform vast areas of farmland into forests, wetlands and wildflower meadows. Boris Johnson is reportedly now scaling back those plans to focus on the cost of living crisis, with the budget for rewilding now slashed to £50 million of taxpayers' cash. What do some farmers think about this U-turn, if U-turn is what it is? We're joined by the farmer and broadcaster, Gareth Wyn Jones. Gareth, welcome to you. We've often had you on to lament some new government policy that's letting down farmers and letting down our food security. This is some good news.
Yeah, that's fantastic news, to be honest with you, Colin. And I'm sure many farmers in England be over the moon with the news that they've heard. Kicking the rewilding scheme into the long grass, and we'll have cows and sheep in that long grass chewing away, hopefully. That's what it's about. We're devolved in Wales, as you know, the agricultural side of things. But do you know what? It's nice to have a positive spin on agriculture today. A few ministers, a lot of stories out there, you know, growing more in this country, getting behind farmers. We've had a tough time from many socialist, environmental, champagne-swigging people that are here just to get the farming families off their land and the way they're making a living, which is difficult. I think we have to look at, some environmental schemes which can help, but livestock can be part of that. And if you talk to some of the people within the rewilding schemes, they use a lot of livestock in them. So we need to get a balance. We need to talk to these people. We need to address the problems. But we need that food security, Colin. We need that so much.
And Gareth, anybody who's followed your recent series of tweeting spats with George Monbiot will know exactly what you're talking about when it comes to champagne quaffing, whatever the phrase was you used, but it's worth having a look at. You've seen firsthand, neighbours of yours, and I'm hearing stories from other parts of the UK about this too. It's becoming increasingly commonplace, where local farmers who farm for generations are being priced out of the local farming property market. They want to maybe buy another field. They discover that some big corporate entity with very deep pockets has said, actually, no, we'll have it because we want to offset our carbon, we want to greenwash. And a field that's been in productive use, growing crops, feeding livestock for generations, for centuries, is now being turned over to rewilding so that this company can say how virtuous we are.
Yeah, totally. And it's happening a lot in Wales, Colin, and it's a big problem. We need to address that. And I think, governments, and doesn't matter where they are, they have to look at the situation. So if you want to move that problem, and if you want these people to be greenwashing, trees is not the answer. You're growing trees and they're not going to be sequencing for many years. Pasture land is fantastic for sucking in that carbon. And, what we've got is the animals to graze that. And that's what we need to be pushing. We need to be, producing food environmentally, regeneratively, sustainably, and it has to be pushed out there. We cannot be blamed for everything. And at this moment in time, there's a lot of farmers feeling very downhearted at the way we're treated from a very small minority of people. I'm not going to mention any names, but people know who they are. And, they've got a big presence and they use that and they cherry pick a lot of the stats that they want. But at the end of the day, they're pushing small family farms out of business. Yeah. People that have been on the land for hundreds of years. My family's been on this farm 375 years. I can take you up anytime, Colin, show you the mosaic of different habitats, the wildlife that's up here. And it's been done in an environmentally friendly way. So when you listen to these people about sheep-wrecked and things, it's very disheartening. So get behind British farmers. Let's keep eating meat, drinking milk and butter on our toast.
Amen to that.